believe what I just saw.
9 fucking sacks.
Unbelievable.
Because I mean, a big part of that was Sam Darnold, like shit. But 9 sacks though, like he just
Unreal.
got completely let down by his entire team, and in turn let them down. No one showed up to play, and that is just classic Minnesota shit. Because like that wasn't even in LA.
Yeah.
Because of the fires, they had to do it somewhere else. So it's like there literally isn't a home crowd for this game, and you still get molested like that. That was an even more humiliating ass kicking than the Chargers got.
Oh yeah, I don't think it's close. This was not supposed to
Yeah,
be the Chargers' year anyway. They weren't going to win the Super Bowl.
yeah. I mean, number one, that number two, it's it's not like the whole team was just like, oh, we've completely forgotten how to play. It was just Herbert decided to, I'm gonna throw infinity picks. Just completely lost his ability to locate passes at all.
Hmm.
And then along comes that man.
That was something else, man.
So like I said, use promo code YouTube150 on BetUS to make free money because the Vikings will choke. They always choke. This happens every year. But it's at the point now I'm like, look, the new head coach that they have now, he's still relatively untested. I think this is only his second season.
Third, but he's good. He's
Okay.
definitely good.
Yeah. At the same time, though, I'm like, I think they had a lot more success with the last guy. I don't know. I don't pay enough attention to the Vikings to be able to make declarative statements,
Hmm.
especially because they play, in the NFC. I never even have to think about these guys.
Right.
But this is just classic Minnesota shit. I mean, if you're a Minnesota sports fan, last year's been hard for you. The entire country finding out that your governor is a homosexual.
Hmm.
What happened with the Timberwolves in the Western Conference Finals last year when it looked like they were actually going to make the finals for the first time in franchise history, and then they got humiliated by the Mavs. Team just fell apart and straight up quit on them to the point where they traded Cat in desperation to make some kind of big splash, and they traded him for the stupidest possible person that they could have traded for. Ugh. The Vikings have an excellent season. They just barely missed out on winning their division and having the number 1 overall seed in the NFC. And that's the game that you play. And even though you're on the road, you're not even playing against a team that's at home.
Hmm.
It's neutral ground.
And most of the crowd was Vikings fans, I think.
I wouldn't have been surprised. Just nonstop. There's been nothing for Minnesota sports fans to be happy about. I just wonder why they continue to exist.
Okay. I will set up the convoy.
Yeah. So let me see here. Now
So,
you said were you able to get the final upgrade so that
yes, I can now do infinity long missions, I believe.
hooray.
Star.
Or please no. Please, sir, do not redeem the boat in the bridge. still my favorite part is the Francis Scott Key Bridge gets wiped out by a boat crashing into it, and the entire crew is just a bunch of Indians. So they're like, guys, don't be racist against Indians. They were using local drivers for this, because all maritime traffic uses locals that know the waterways to be able to navigate that section
Mhm.
to get under the bridge safely. So don't be bigoted against Indians. It was the fault of the black people that they hired to do. I'm like, oh god. It breaks my heart what's happened to the DMV over the last 30 years. Such a beautiful part of the country, so rich with history, and diversity is in fact not our greatest strength. Boo-hoo. Oh, that's even better. Bro, that's awesome. This is something that they added in the time since I last played the game, being able to buy your own trailer. Because I didn't think about it, but the game reminds me one of the coolest things about buying your own trailer is that you can then customize it however you want it.
Mm-hmm.
So, even though you're carrying, God knows what, you could put, your own fake company logo on there that you want. Or if you're like a shop rocket who loves working for Amazon, you could be like, hey, I put the custom paint on there to make it look like Amazon, even though the game won't allow me to. Or you could use the paint jobs that the game actually puts in there to make it look like nice and neat and cool and shit. Or, you could use a mod to throw your custom paint job on there so it's Masato's foot turning off the alarm clock. All right, convoy lobby, continue. Well, that's loading. I'm going to alt tab and start up my music.
So, since we just started the stream, and since I'm not tired, and since I can probably go for at least 3 hours tonight, minimum,
Nice.
we can definitely do the longest job you want.
Yay. Yeah. Yeah, I had to turn down. It was an excellent payout, but man, I'm not going to do those when it's dark. Because I knew this area where it was sending me. It was in the mountains. There would be no lights at all and no internet signal.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I'm never doing one of those at night ever again. I would have done it if the sun was up, but I'm like, never.
Right.
Never again.
All right. You might appreciate this.
We're only just realizing why McDonald's plays classical music after 5 p.m. That is hysterical. That is. What's even funnier is like astonishing to me that classical music is like. You remember Mars Attacks? You see that one?
I don't think I've seen it. I know of it.
Okay, at the end of the movie, the way that the Earthlings manage to defeat the Martians is that they play this like old 50s or something music where the guy's like yodeling practically.
Mm-hmm.
It sounds like caterwauling, but the hilarity is that the music is so awful that it actually causes the Martians' brains to explode.
Right.
And that's like what classical music does to nons.
So I played with my microphone settings a bunch just now, so hopefully I sound okay.
It's called Indian Love by Slim Whitman. Yeah.
I think I've seen that clip before. My heart goes out to Vikings fans right now. They deserve better. They deserve better than that. I understand losing. I understand being overrated, but what a fucking no-show.
Yeah, because like when I think about what happened to the Dolphins last year,
Mm-hmm.
you know, we were damn close. The second overall seed in the AFC and winning our division for the first time since Tom Brady was drafted. And we just lose that last game in the regular season that prevents us from doing it. And if we had actually won 2 more games, we'd have been the first seed in the AFC, which would have been really cool. But going into the playoffs, you know, having a record-breaking, incredible offensive season and having it end that way is disappointing. But that wasn't humiliating in the sense of the game itself. It was humiliated the way that the season ended and how it ended up turning out, and that Tua almost got frostbite from the 4th coldest game in NFL history. But that wasn't 9 sacks, barely 100 passing yards with a pick and a fumble touchdown strip
Right.
sack. Bad. That was like... Because, you know, regardless of how unfortunate that game was, it did not affect Tua's payday. This game 1,000,000% affects Darnold's payday. To the point where that payday is probably gone now. Okay. I'm going to sort by longest route length.
Nobody counts 2008 Big Country. The Dolphins won the division by running Wildcat. That does not count.
Yeah.
That'd be like if an NBA team won their division by doing like freeze out before the shot clock was invented, where you would just score a basket and then hold the ball the rest of the game.
Yeah, there were a lot of things going on in that season. I just don't count it. Like I would not be happy about it, and I wouldn't count it if we won the division because Josh Allen gets hurt in week 2 and misses the season. Like I'm not gonna be like, woo, we won our division. Like no, you know that was everything in the world working against us, and we damn near pulled it out anyway. Versus a bunch of gimmick shit and like a million different things going our way and. It doesn't count, you know? Like, a lot of people don't count championships that were won during COVID. You know, this ring the Dodgers just won meant way more to them than in 2020. Okay, we have Houston, Texas to Aberdeen, Washington for a total of 2,378 miles. So, through Texas to New Mexico, a short stop in Colorado up through Utah, southern Idaho, Oregon, and coming up into Washington.
All right, let's do it.
We are delivering... Oh, this one's really funny. We are delivering toilet paper.
Well, everybody needs it. Well, not everybody.
Yes, we heard that the western Washington area is going to get a large amount of H-1B immigrants.
Mm-hmm.
So the government contracted us to deliver this toilet paper. After they do the needful, the city will need to clean up everything that's left over in the street. I'm just trying to imagine how hilarious that is. 2 fucking truckloads of toilet paper from fucking Aberdeen, Texas.
It would be fun if there was a mechanism in this game where you could get robbed. Like you're driving one of Gus Fring's trucks for Los Pollos Hermanos, and you can get held up by the cartel or something. That would be fun.
Dude, that would suck. I would never be able to drive anywhere near LA at that point. Let me check something. Oh, crap. I think... Do you have a double trailer? Or is it just me?
No, I don't think I do.
I've got a double trailer.
Hold on. No, I don't. I don't know
I
what to
do.
tell
What the
you.
fuck? Yeah, like, change your camera angle and look behind you. I do.
I just did. I just did.
Yeah. This is so fucking wild. Why do I have a double trailer and you don't?
They didn't need that much toilet paper.
Man, what are you gonna do? Was that you?
Yeah.
Okay. Whew. Oh, crap. Who the fuck puts up a checkpoint here?
It's not a checkpoint for us, though. It's for people going the other way, I think.
Fair enough. It's a facility that creates toilet paper and has a security checkpoint at the entrance. Place has more fucking security than Amazon.
Mm-hmm. And that light doesn't stay green very long. See this balloon? You don't get this. So this is interesting. When I don't have my foot on any pedals, I'm not rolling forwards. You know how in a car, you'll roll forwards a little bit if you have no pedal pressed?
Yeah.
Is it just because the truck is so heavy?
That may be the case.
Mm-hmm.
The way to know would be if you were driving a bobtail, didn't have a trailer.
I could detach my trailer right now.
Heck. You just leave it in the street. So long!
Free toilet paper!
Exactly.
Remember that scene in The Irishman where De Niro just shows up to his job delivering meat and the truck is empty and he's like, I don't know. What if you could do that?
Oh man, I don't know if they have any plans to add joining the Teamsters into this game, but that would definitely be that'd be fucking peak. Oh my god. That'd be hilarious.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on, don't. Oh my god, it's so dark. I can't even tell if I can see in your cab. I can't see shit in there.
I only have one cab. I checked. I see you have two. You're right.
Well, no. The cab is the actual truck.
I see.
I'm parked right beside you, and I'm trying to look inside to see if I can see your player character.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't. It's too dark.
Yeah, and you know who it was that turned the Dolphins around from 07 to 08? Tony Sparano.
That's right.
The dyslexic Tony Soprano.
Exactly.
All right.
He
right
was
on
known to suffer from a very sexy learning disability. They called it sexlexia. All right. I'm going to do something incredibly illegal.
Bad dog. I should have you neutered. What kind of dog gets hard from sniffing his master's feet?
It's correct. Oh, man. What about that one guy that wanted to bake a loaf of bread with
Kawakami's yeast infection.
Yeah, Jesus Christ. Somebody's baking a loaf of bread and I think it's sourdough.
Let me try to take my shoe off and use that on the pedals and see if that feels better.
Maybe. The income for this job is $45,000. That's what I meant, man. I'm like, imagine, doing a job like this. Like, if that's how much you got paid in real life, do a job like this just 3 times a year, make $120,000.
Yeah. Or, oh wait a minute, shit! I have to get into that.
Yeah, that's the wrong turn. Don't worry, you'll get another whack at it.
I'm coming.
I'll pull over while I wait for you to.
No. I was able to move over in time.
Oh, okay, never mind.
I'm right behind you. There's one car between us. Oh my god, this incline is killing my acceleration. Dude, how did the bus and speed maintain 50 miles per hour at all times? Like, I'm flooring it, and I can't even get up to 30 on this fucking incline, man.
Trucks are built for hauling weight and not necessarily acceleration.
Mm-hmm.
Buses have a different configuration in the engines they put in buses. And a bus that's filled with people is still going to weigh less than a truck hauling a trailer.
Mm-hmm. What was that movie called? The Bus That Couldn't Slow Down. Alright, I have cruise control on. This is nice. I don't even have to worry about the pedal now. I sure hope
does it work like in The Simpsons, where you push the button and you say "school, please," and then it drives you to the school? I like how polite Homer is. He even said "please."
Mm-hmm. And we're gonna have to stop for gas. Also, is it just me, or did this mission not start with us with a full tank?
That's correct. Because we're driving somebody else's car. They'll pay gas expenses, but if you're using the same truck that the company owns, we'll sit there and be like, well, the last job that we had for this delivery only went like 40 miles, so why would we fill it up? We just give this guy a gas card, he could go fucking fill it up himself, because the longer that the truck's out of commission being refueled, that's more time that you're not using it to actually conduct deliveries. That would be the line of logic that would be used, is my assumption, but at the same time, it's kind of stupid. It'd be up to the business. If it was me, I'd be like, look, any truck comes in, it doesn't matter how short the journey was. I'm going to be looking at wanting to make sure that the fucking thing isn't damaged at all, you know? So I'm still going to give it a look over once it gets back. I'm not just going to send it back out on the road immediately. So, you know, you've already got that downtime. Why not make sure that every job begins with a full tank? Because then it's less likely that you're going to have to spend time pulling over to refuel during the drive. Or at least for a very long haul like this, you put it off for as long as possible. But that's just me, you know. At the end of the day, just a game. Because, I mean, another thing to factor in is when we got here, when we first started the job, the sleep meter thing wasn't empty.
Oh, I didn't even notice that.
And I'm like, how long's my guy been awake? Because, you know, me, I like to wake up like no more than 2 hours before I go to work because I want to have the maximum amount of energy and alertness.
You just need enough time to do the needful.
Exactly. I mean, if I didn't need any time to like wake up and adjust at all, you know, like when I was a little younger, I'd wake up like 15 minutes before work. Because I would shower the night previous. You can bypass the nearby way station, have a safe journey. Yeah. I'd shower at night so that I could just sleep as much as possible. And then wake up, just toss on my clothes, grab my bag, which I pre-packed the night previously, and off I go.
I could never not shower before I go to work. I would just not feel right.
Yeah, I did it that way when I was working in construction because it was mandatory that I shower when I get home.
Fuck,
Aside from how...
God damn it, I need
you
to be
had to
inspected.
wait? Yeah, it sucks. Aside from how much, you know, I'd be working hard, so I'd be covered in sweat and shit. When you're working on a construction site, bro, there's so much shit that gets all over you. Dust from God knows how many different kinds of fucking things. But, like, I had plenty of jobs where, like, I was covered in fiberglass, or I was covered in steel shavings. You know, because, like, there was a whole week where, like, my only job on the site was I had a drill with a hole saw attachment. Because I was supposed to drill. What?
For some reason. Wait a fucking minute. Why do I have no control over my vehicle all of a sudden? The heck?
Is it the cruise control?
No.
Um.
Oh, okay. There we go.
Crisis averted?
Maybe.
Whoops, I want to alt-tab. Oh! Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, I just got a Discord noise notification that said I instantly dropped and then rejoined.
Okay, so this is going to take a second for me to resolve.
Yeah, my PC's having some huge lag right now, so it was actually a great idea that I alt-tabbed. I gotta take care of a couple of things myself here.
Okay, I guess I'm just gonna eat a fine. Because I don't know what else I can do.
Yeah, the fine for skipping the way station's not that big.
I'm just annoyed that I went through the trouble of stopping and I don't even get the benefit for it.
I know. Well, it could be worse. You could be a Vikings fan who went to all the trouble of watching the games and didn't even get the benefit of it.
Mm-hmm. Wait a minute. Am I hitting the paddle by accident? I must be.
You never know.
How many miles are you from the destination right now?
2,238.
Okay, I'm only like 20 miles back. I'll catch up. Especially because I have only one trailer. I'm lead footing this fucker. Sam Darnold's agent is furious right now. No, you're supposed to be exposed as fraudulent after you get paid, not before.
Exactly. He was like, you just needed to hold it together for one more fucking game, kid. You still could have lost, but at least show out.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man.
All right, cruise control, baby. I mean, Fight Song isn't a woke song, right, guy? It's just the song that became associated with Hillary Clinton because she used it on her campaign. The song itself is not woke.
Yeah, it was literally just a basic bitch anthem for like a 2 or 3 year period
Yeah.
in the late 2000s.
Like, the campaign song for Bill Clinton in 1992 was the Fleetwood Mac song. Like, that song's not woke. That's a very good song.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, imagine if Kamala came out and the song for her campaign was fucking all the single ladies.
It would have been on brand.
Yes, it absolutely would have. But it's like, the song isn't woke, it's just retarded.
Mm-hmm.
And that was obvious enough by the fact a woman sang it. So there you go.
One thing I'm noticing, maybe I haven't been paying enough attention. It feels like these freeway lanes aren't that wide. Feels like they're always like 3 lanes at most, and usually 2. I don't think I've seen any like 6-lane wide freeways yet.
Yeah, there are very few, and the reason for that is because there's just not very much traffic in the game because it's a video game and they can't really model that properly.
Right.
So like a 3-lane highway like this, very realistic. This is probably the majority of highways throughout the U.S.
Mm-hmm.
Like a mega expressway. maybe the Los Angeles area of the game might have something like that. Because I know when you get to like big junctions right outside of a major city, you know, they really do open up.
Right, guy. I think we're still in Texas. Yeah, Waco. I see
Yes,
the
we
exit
are.
for Waco.
Yeah, the vast majority of the daylight we're going to have is going to be still in Texas. There's going to be several hundred miles before we leave Texas finally.
I'm doing 80 right now. A nice
I
brisk
got
80, and it feels good.
the way station.
Why would you want to leave Texas? Because this delivery's in Aberdeen. So if I want to do my job, then
Exactly.
you know.
He's going to have to do the needful, right, guy?
Are you a prostitute? Uh-oh.
Yes, that's what we're shipping is prostitutes. You know what? I'm here. I'm just going to refill and take a nap.
Not a bad idea.
Because I'm like, I've got like a third of a tank, maybe a quarter.
All right, no criticisms. I don't like them either, but you don't have to use that word, honey. What? I'm on one of the rest icons. It's not letting me do anything. I am confused. Aha.
This is illegal, you know.
Zelda is legal, you know.
Got him. Alright.
Okay, let me
Gonna try to not knock over the stop sign. Okay, mission accomplished.
What? I didn't hit anything. Oh, it's a fucking cone? I should not get fined $600 for hitting a goddamn traffic cone. Garbage. Alright, let me get gas and then I'll be back on the road. I told you to buy the figure. So this gas
I
tank...
told you to do the needful. What's up?
112 gallons.
Yes.
Your fuel expenses are covered by your employer. What if I bought extra gas and put it in like a one of those canisters and took it home with me. But I'd get in trouble for that.
Yes.
I was watching Evangelion today and I couldn't help but think about Misato's yeast infection. According to this, it's 88 degrees in game. Man, I must smell horrible right now.
Oh, God. No. Next rest stop in 13 hours. I hope that's going to be enough.
Well, it'll have to do. I wonder if you could fit your gaming PC inside your sleeper cab.
Many truckers who are also gamers do. This fucking retarded AI. Holy shit. Dumbass NPC driver legit thought he had right of way.
Mm-hmm.
So I flipped his car and he's now upside down on the road.
What is this, like fucking Blade Runner?
Yes.
The tortoise is on his back, but you're not helping him. Why aren't you helping him?
Hey! East Dallas.
For some reason, whenever I turn my windshield wipers on, I shift into neutral. I'm gonna have to figure out why. I probably accidentally gave that button 2 commands.
Yes, that would make sense.
That's not right. That's not right. Alright. Hit the cruise. We're on the way
Wow,
to
a hot
Waco.
air balloon. A fucking hot air balloon. How about that? I sure didn't think they'd put that in the game.
Can we use it to make our deliveries?
It sure would be something.
Hey, Robert. End the streak. Just saw a billboard that said "End the street TX, slow down or pay up." I'm only going 5 over. Any cop that gives me shit right now
is a duty head.
Yes. 5 over is nothing. Can't get enough of your sweet lovin'. I really like this truck. It has this little like side view mirror attachment thing that allows you to see what's going on both sides without having to turn your head. That's really nice. I like that.
Right.
Yeah, people watching the Chiefs get lucky right now is making people forget how lucky the Patriots got over that 20-year run. Like, it's just recency bias. Did you say something about how that was like the last rest stop for 13 hours or something?
No, that was not the last. Just the road is littered with rest stops.
Yeah, because I was about to say, like, that's not
But
consistent
you
with
can't
what I'm seeing.
you can't constantly take rest stops.
Oh, okay.
So they won't let us take our next one until 13 hours from now. Or it might say that's the next time you'll need it. I don't know. Either or.
My friend got a long nose semi in this game. He hates it. What's a long nose semi? I don't know if I've ever seen one of those.
Just as it sounds, the nose would be like the engine compartment kind of a thing. So long nose means it's sticking out much farther from where the driver's sitting. But at the same time, I don't really know exactly what that means in terms of trying to mentally envision in my head what he's saying. That could be someone who's used to the European style snub nose trucks where it's just like the engine compartment is essentially underneath the driver and the truck looks weird. It's just like flat from the windshield all the way down to the street.
All right, so I am 1,979 miles away.
I'm 1927.
Okay, you've gotten way ahead of me then. All right, only one way to make up that distance.
Well, careful about speeding because I just passed a cop.
I'm actually only going a few over. I don't think I'm gonna get in trouble for it.
I'm going 62 right now.
Right, guy. They haven't added Canada or Mexico to this game.
Thank God.
What kind of food is Texas famous for? Barbecue? Or is that Kansas City?
Tex-Mex.
Tex-Mex. I'm just thinking about what foods you would stop to get if you were a trucker actually going through these states.
Fast food.
Nah, if you're making 50 grand on a single run, I think you would probably investigate things a little bit.
I mean, people are weird as shit about In-N-Out here in California. I have literally seen traffic be diverted so that people could get in the drive-through line and in and out. I saw a guy. Whole reason to bring this up was driving a semi with a trailer, park in the center of the street so that he wasn't impeding traffic, and then just leave his truck there, get out, and then just walk in and out. And I'm all like, Jesus Christ, it's not even that good.
Mm-hmm. That's how I feel about Dick's Drive-In. People love that place. What happens if you pull a Henry Ruggs in this? You get fined a ton of money. I don't think you can get arrested. That'd be amusing, though. I mean, I imagine a lot of truckers do get fast food, but man, if you're gonna go through the trouble of like driving 2,000 miles, at least find like a charming diner. You know? Do a little bit better than fast food. I guess they genuinely like it, though. I guess, there's no accounting for that. And I like fast food too, but I would definitely try to do a little bit better than that if I were a trucker. Oh, come on! You are a piece of shit. He literally merged right in front of me.
I'm trying to remember how to do it, but there's an angle you can come at a car from that enables you to shove them out of the way and essentially be crashing into them, but it doesn't count as a crash. I'm trying to remember how to do it, but
I
I know that it's
cannot
possible.
believe I got punished for that. That was not my fucking fault. That guy is a dumbass.
Mission, let's go.
Uh-uh. Oh yeah, I'm just noticing on my dash you can see like the level of oil and the engine temperature. So I'm guessing you can overheat or need an oil change. we have to get off the exit here, huh? I thought we'd be on this freeway for a few hundred more miles. Wow. These AI people are stupid. What is going on? Move! Fucking idiots. Do the people who are making fun of Mel Gibson for losing his Malibu house in the fire realize that he has his own private island? That he probably spends most of his time at? Like, this is a minor inconvenience.
Yeah, they are specifically making fun of him because he's right wing and religious.
Right.
And the irreligious love to make fun of religious people anytime anything bad happens to them. They're just miserable pieces of shit. They're turning their brain off because they want so desperately to believe that this has ruined his life. If anything, it's probably improved his life because he was saying on the Joe Rogan podcast, he's like, this would probably be what gets me out of California finally.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, because I had that house forever, so, I'd planted roots. I couldn't really leave, but...
Yeah, Amanda Wynn Lee lost her home, right, guy? And because it's Amanda Wynn Lee, that's probably her only home.
Yeah. Yeah, J.J. Redick lost his house to the fire, and because it's J.J. Redick, that just saves him the trouble of having to sell the place after he gets fired this summer.
Is he really going one and done? That is embarrassing.
It's the Lakers. Like, it's almost certain. Because that's the thing, is like they don't fucking, especially with LeBron there, they don't allow anything to just manifest over time. If it's not incredible instantly, you're out.
Mm-hmm.
Which worked when, Jerry Buss was actually the owner, and he had half a fucking clue what he was doing. But it doesn't work when Jeannie Buss is the owner because she's a fucking retard. They got one asterisk ring out of that, and then the only reason they've even made the playoffs in any other season is because of the play-in. And if it weren't for the play-in, which was invented specifically so that LeBron could have the opportunity to try to get into the playoffs, even though his team sucks. The only season they would have made the playoffs at all was when they won the championship. So it'd make it even a bigger asterisk.
Mm-hmm.
And Dwight definitely convinced me that if it weren't for the bubble, there's no shot they would have even come close.
Mm-hmm. This was a triumph. I'm making a note here. Huge success.
Making a note here. Yeast infection. Least down bad Evangelion fan.
The mature woman's Toji.
Exactly. 1688. That's almost the base number.
Yeah, you are way ahead of me.
Go ahead, where are you?
1775.
Hey, very good year.
Mm-hmm.
Shit. Whew, that was close. Yeah, you're so far behind, I zoomed the map all the way out and I can't even see you.
Yeah. That last way station killed me. I just sat there for several minutes waiting for it to accept me, and it wouldn't do it. I'm going 15 over the speed limit, so I am going to get in big trouble here if there's a cop.
Well, I don't know if there is or not because I wasn't paying a ton of attention, and I'm going 20 under, so.
Why are you going 20 under? That doesn't sound like you at all.
Because I was looking at the map.
Oh,
And when I was
fuck. I missed my exit.
based.
Well, okay. I just added probably another 90 miles to my fucking journey. So that's cool. Whatever.
Hooray.
Why don't these people just use like a train? Like a cargo train. To get their stuff from one place to another.
Man, you're never gonna get invited to the Teamsters with that attitude.
Ain't that the truth?
Oh wow. Rain. Rain in Texas.
Yep, I got rain too. I'm in an 18-wheeler, Metcalf. I can't do a UE. It's not that simple.
Yeah. I've seen someone try to do a U-turn in an 18-wheeler with a trailer before.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, it was the funniest damn thing I've ever seen. And they impeded traffic something fierce while they figured out how to unfuck themselves. Took quite some time. You'll have to see it.
Mm. The only girl in my life that I ever dated was from Texas, and she said the weather was pretty bipolar. Yeah, reggae.
How long ago was this?
This was 11 years ago. Okay, Cupid.
Hooray.
Some folks are born to wave the flag. Oh, the red, white, and blue. And when the band plays Hail to the Chief. Oh, lightning.
Lightning struck your truck?
Well, it didn't strike my truck. I saw it, though.
Because it
Oh,
struck my
thunder.
truck, and I'm now back in 1955.
You'll feel much more at home back then.
Based. Oh yeah, because we are in we are in the South technically. Let's go.
Oh, speeding? Oh, I didn't know you were a cop.
No
Fucking
buckers.
generic ass looking pickle. What?
Well,
dude, I'm
what?
getting killed by these speeding tickets. It's because they keep jerking around the speed limit. It goes from 75 to 65, and I don't have time to adjust down. Dude.
Yeah. Them speed traps, man, they're fierce. I've had that happen to me a number of times in real life.
I just cut off a cop.
Nice.
The same cop who just gave me 2 speeding tickets. Eat my ass, dude.
Throw him off the road. Several points have been subtracted from your license. That's when you're doing the Corbin Dallas playthrough.
Remember that episode of Malcolm in the Middle where Malcolm develops stomach ulcers because he learns to just keep his mouth shut?
Yes.
That was a good episode.
My favorite plot line that they did was when Hal was on trial.
Yeah, I remember that. That's a classic.
I love how he created the fucking house arrest monitoring system. He somehow finagled it into the backpack.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone's like, what the hell is this? They were all confused when he left the backpack somewhere because he was at the library doing research. He started BSing that he was in the bomb squad. That was amazing. I haven't shown up for work on a Friday in over 15 years.
Things aren't going well in this country right now, but I gotta tell you, I just don't know if I can bring myself to vote for a convict. For a convicted felon.
Yeah, that was amazing.
One of the great memes.
Yeah. It's amazing because, I remember the brain rot that leftists have. I'll never be able to forget it, because back when I was in the NBAB Discord, we were having a discussion over politics one day, and I was talking to Skull Magic, I think, and I was like, "Don't you think it's a little weird how the Democrats just always accuse their opponent of being Hitler?"
Mm-hmm.
That every single election they're like, "Yeah, this guy's Hitler," and then after elections they're like, "Okay, that last guy, he wasn't so bad, but this new guy, he really is Hitler." It seems pretty fucking reasonable that any person with an actual brain in their head would be like, I think this is a little bit self-serving and might not actually be their real feelings on the subject. And Skull is like, is it really that hard to believe that the Republican Party's just been getting worse over the last 20 years? I'm like, are you really that fucking stupid? The answer, of course, was yes. So I bring all that up because if Kamala actually won the election, the Democrats would make sure that anytime any Republican was looking at running for president, they would just arrest them on some trumped up charge and then try him in a kangaroo court and get him convicted.
Right.
And then you'd have all those people that vote Democrat would be like, yeah, I always knew that the Republican Party was just a bunch of crooks, and now we know it for sure. Man.
You're probably like 200 miles ahead of me right now.
1460.
Okay, 150.
Yeah, I think the next rest up thing is when they're telling you have to take it by, because I'm like 2/3 filled on my sleepy meter.
Mm-hmm.
And it's still saying 5 hours, but I was like not even close to being this full when it said 7 hours, so I'm a little concerned.
Which one was Saxon, Santi? I can't remember Saxon so well. Was he Saxon equals joke account?
Um, well, that was the meme, is that, Saxon is a joke account. That was just like the account's name was just Saxon. He
Okay.
posted mostly on the pro wrestling board.
Okay.
He
Apparently,
posted on other places too, but
apparently he hasn't logged on in 2 months, and people think he might be dead.
my God, he could just be like
Moving
finally done.
moving on with his life.
Yeah, but I'm genuinely shocked that he's still going, because back in 2006, so literally 19 years ago, somebody what was it? They went to a live wrestling event. I think it was the taping of, one either SmackDown or Raw,
Oh yeah, I
and they
remember
had,
this.
yeah, they had the sign in the audience that said Saxon equals joke account.
Yes, I remember this. Yeah, Santi. Reggie Bush. Apparently, he was one of those kids that got strangled by his umbilical cord as he was coming out for like a minute or two. So it cut off oxygen to his brain, so he was actually like developmentally challenged. Apparently, if you followed him to like other boards he posted on, he like worked at Walmart as a greeter because that's all he could do, and he fucking hated his life.
Yeah. When I found that out, I kind of felt really bad for shitting on him for so long. But like, if you didn't know that about the guy and all you saw were just his brain dead posts, you what other conclusion would you come to? But little did we know how spot on that characterization was.
Hmm.
Yeah, it feels bad. But there was a rumor, because I think the professional wrestler Stevie Richards,
Mm-hmm.
if Sandy knows who that is, he had it said at one point, I think, that he had an account on the GameFAQs Pro Wrestling board.
Right.
So a lot of people actually speculated that he was Saxon. So that's the easiest way to check if Saxon hasn't logged in 2 months. Oh no, he might be dead. Well, is Steven Richards dead?
I can't believe anyone still posted any of these fucking places. Like, I can't believe
No,
Websedge
yeah,
still like rules over the NBAP actual board.
that's genuinely sickening, because I'm like, bro, there were people who are posting on that board now who probably weren't even alive when this guy welched on his 360 dunk.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man. That was my favorite, is making a Leave Forever bet over the 2016 election, and he lost.
Mm-hmm.
And he lasted all of a month before he welched and came back. And I'm like, you fucking
I think you said at the
pathetic.
time you knew he was going to do it, though.
Everyone knew he was going to welch. That's literally what he was famous for. But I was like, I just wanted everybody to know that I made a Leave Forever bet with him, and not just the board, but the entire website. The only thing he had to do was close that account and then not obviously be himself,
Mm-hmm.
and he couldn't even do that. And I'm like, that's pathetic, bro. Yeah, some of these guys, you really worry about them. Like, I forget who it was. It might have been like Muscles or somebody else, but there was one guy on the NFL board who, like, he worked at like CVS or something, making barely above minimum wage, and he had like a bunch of roommates living in New York City.
Zithers?
Yeah, it might have been him. I don't know who it was, but just like some guy who was pathetic. And he's describing his life like that. I'm like, bro, that's awful.
Yeah, Zithers lived like that. I know that. He lived in an apartment with 3 other roommates with 1 bathroom.
Yeah, there we go. That's the guy I was thinking of. 4 guys all sharing 1 toilet. It's fucking horrifying.
Oh yeah, so my mom got a bidet in her bathroom. I used it the other day. It was it's pretty cool.
8. Don't tell anybody about it because we got to ship this toilet paper around, and if that bidet thing catches on, we're gonna be out of a job. Bro, that sun is way too high in the sky for it to be 7 p.m.
Yeah. Well, you have to use it a lot for it to save money, Metcalf, because the actual unit itself is like $2,000. So eventually, yes, you will save money on toilet paper, but you've got a lot of shitting to do. I'm getting low on gas, too.
And really high up on the sleepy meter. I guess next exit that has a rest stop. Pull over. Oh my god, you fucking maniacs!
You blew it up. Yeah, I'm in New Mexico, right, guy. Right now, I am in New Mexico. Yes.
Okay, good. Rest stop coming up. A refuel and rest stop in Farmington when you're 1,260 miles from destination.
I'm stopping here. I'm like 200 miles away from you, but I'm just gonna stop here.
Oh, fair enough.
I'm getting low, man. I need fuel and I need coffee. I'm in Albuquerque. I mean, New Mexico's not that blue rye guy, but no, it doesn't surprise me.
And New Mexico elected Gary Johnson as governor.
Mm-hmm. Red chili or green chili? The only chili I like is the one my mom makes, honestly. I'm not a huge chili guy. And hers is, I think, red. Wait, there's no gasoline at this stop. There's only a rest stop. What the hell?
Yeah, there won't always be gas and rest stop. We got to check. We have another 90 hours to show up. So I'm actually going to take this opportunity to take an IRL break.
I think I will need to as well. Be right back, everybody. Okay. We're back.
Wahoo.
Alright, this is not going to be easy.
Now, I intentionally blocked traffic with my trailer before I shut the engine off to take the brake. Let me see that pileup.
Explain to the folks at home why you would intentionally block traffic when you take a break.
So that way our guest wouldn't be able to get to the Santa Monica Freeway, and then we'd be able to call him again.
Okay, this will work eventually. There we go. I find it amusing that it never says you sleep. You just go get a coffee.
You used to sleep and you used to yawn. I'm surprised they made that change.
I'm still yawning, but I never sleep.
You used to go to sleep and then they'd fast forward time a couple of hours, and you'd have disease. My only guess is that, like, maybe it's for different game modes that they have you sleep. Because if you only take a coffee, like you take a half-hour coffee break instead of going to sleep for several hours.
Mm-hmm. We all know that ain't coffee.
For real.
That's fucking Monster. Or Red Bull, or whatever the kids are drinking these days.
Milk from a male horse.
Masato's breast milk.
Go. Gonna make some very disappointed people here. Whoa. What the hell kind of road am I on? This isn't the freeway. Oh shit. I accidentally pulled into a dead-end dirt road and there's cops at the other end performing, "It's a drug bust. I'm in that part of New Mexico." Mrs. Obama, get down.
Aaron, the way the Vikings played tonight, I definitely think we would have beaten them. I think most teams would have. That was sad.
Yeah, after the humiliation of the Chargers, I said that any team that made the playoffs or won at least 10 games would have beaten the Texans. The Vikings would not have. Good God. That was awful.
Tell me something, Shinji. Do you get excited when you see a girl taking her shoes off?
Can you imagine Oscar's reaction when he says no, but he gets excited when a boy takes his shoe off? Uh-oh. Oh, shut the fuck up. Damn cop find me. Speeding. But I was on a 50-mile-an-hour highway, and then it just got down to 35, and I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah, I fucking hate that shit.
I can bypass the way station. Woo! You know what else I can bypass is this red light. I just drive on the other side of the road and just straight through the red light. You'll love to see it.
Okay, I see a gas station. Remember in the NBA Finals last year when Luka fouled out in Game 3? And then
that was so fucking stupid.
And then I had the balls to admit the truth that no one else would. That they would have rescinded the foul if Luka was black.
Yeah. Based. And people are saying that Jimmy's hopeful he can get a max with another team, because Paul George did.
Mm-hmm.
And Paul George is older and much worse.
Well, what if Paul George is a cautionary tale?
Yeah, but it's like at the same time, you know, number one, not everyone's as retarded as Philly, or as desperate to be retarded as Philly. Number two, if you hadn't burned your bridges back there, I'm pretty sure you could have done it too. Mm-hmm. And number three, you know, Paul George never ruined his reputation as a basketball player. He just ruined his reputation as a human being by offering to pay the stripper he knocked up $1 million to have an abortion. Mm-hmm. I honestly feel so bad for that little girl. I mean, yeah, her dad's rich and everything, but like, can you imagine growing up, you know, and having a whole childhood where, you know, your father says that he loves you, and then you get old enough to be able to look this kind of shit up, and you're like, okay, so the only reason that I exist is because my mom was like a giga slut who literally baby trapped Paul George in an effort to get tons of child support, which is why she just instantly gave up custody immediately, because she was like, hey, you know, I already got my meal ticket and he paid me off. Fuck it. And then you have to read the reports about Paul George offering $1 million to your mom to abort you. Man. That girl's going to wake up, or she's going to grow up with massive daddy issues and a huge drug problem. Guaranteed.
No, it's got peanut butter on it, Aaron.
Is that you sending me messages right now?
No.
Okay. Because my Discord notifications are going off, and if it's not you, then it... I would hope that it's somebody who I've been waiting on to message me, but...
Dude, this is so stupid.
What's up?
I can't get out of this goddamn gas station stall. I keep getting caught on the corner here.
Okay. If you're legit stuck, you know, you could hit F7 and get him to move you.
I got it.
Okay. But yeah, it did cost you money.
You are going to get there way before I do, by the way, just so you know. So.
Well, because I got those message notifications, I'm actually going to stop and alt-tab real quick, so.
Okay.
They were not from the person I was.
What, were you hoping for a booty call or something?
No. Somebody I needed help with, and it was not them who was responding. Unfortunately, it was somebody else who was just sharing some stupid nonsense.
Mm-hmm.
Remember that girl that flaked on me a couple weeks ago?
Yeah. Yeah.
And she's like, "Do you know why they're trying to ban TikTok?" I'm like, "Oh my god, I don't fucking have time for this."
I have very mixed thoughts on that.
I have completely stopped accelerating, and yet I'm continuing to gain speed because I'm going downhill now. But it's very bad because the speed limit's 35. 52, 53, 50. Uh-oh. Oh no, cops. How's that for fuel economy? 5.6 miles a gallon.
Brutal. Is there a Jake brake in this? I'm not sure, Metcalf. I know there's an e-brake.
Yeah, the Jake brake is an affectionate term for when you pick up hitchhikers that pay in a certain manner.
Ah.
As the saying goes, gas, ass, or grass, no one rides for free. The Jake brake is someone who says ass all the way. No, I'm just kidding. I have no idea what it means. Maybe he'll tell you. Also, I'm driving on the wrong side of the road right now.
Why would you do that?
Because the person who's on the proper side of the road, it's one lane only right now. And the guy on the proper side of the road is going like 15 miles an hour. The speed limit's 65.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, that is okay. I'm just gonna... Okay, 1,100 miles to go.
I need banana, tasty banana. Put banana in my mouth. Squeeze up, peel it comes in denim.
Moab. The Beehive State? Oh no!
I don't know, Metcalf. You can't get out of your truck in this game, so there's no way to know.
You can get out of your truck when you're driving like your own truck, because then you're in the free roam mode instead of quick job. In quick job, yeah, you just go from truck to garage. Paid like 50 grand for this job. I don't care about getting fucking speeding fines anymore.
God damn it.
Oops.
So many fucking trucks right in front of me. Move! Get out of my way! He might be Metcalf, it's hard to know. We don't have enough information to make that determination yet.
Whether or not Drew Lock is going to be the starter next season?
No, he was asking me, is Frank Smith just a McDaniels merchant? Frank Smith is the offensive coordinator for the Dolphins, but he doesn't call plays because McDaniel does.
Yeah.
So that's always the tough part. You wonder, did they learn something? Or are they just standing there holding a clipboard all day? Like Matt Patricia, that's all he did. He held a clipboard for Bill Belichick.
Yep. I would say clipboard holder. Just ran over his tie. Based.
Apparently, Kamala Harris has not extended an invite to J.D. Vance for the transition from one VP to another.
Yeah, she's throwing one of the most disgusting political temper tantrums I've ever seen. I said it in the days following her loss, and I'm going to say it again. Kamala losing is absolutely disastrous for women in politics for the foreseeable future. Because holy shit, she is having the biggest woman moment that we've ever seen. Like, even Hillary handled this better. And Hillary had a legendary meltdown after losing. Yeah, so far both women who ran for president failed to win and lost to the same guy. Both of them had a temper tantrum. Both of them failed to accept the fact that they lost, and both of them utterly fucking failed to lose with anything resembling grace.
Women, I've heard a lot of people have a conversation about this. Women are inherently left-wing coded just by the fact that they're a woman. So that's why in most countries that have democracies or a democratic system, what will happen is that the first female elected will be a right-winger because it softens the blow of them being a woman.
Yeah.
Because when you're a left-wing woman, people think you're an extremist because the women part is already kind of making you doubt them. Like,
yeah.
So basically the lesson is until the Republicans allow a woman to become president with a Republican next to their name, there will be no female presidents.
Yeah, but even though they've been trying, the idea that it would succeed, that they would win the nomination, feels extremely dubious because when they try, we get people like fucking Nikki Haley. Like, because Tulsi Gabbard party switched, I'm sure that they're, next time in 2028, there's going to be a lot of simps. Oh, we got to get Tulsi. It's Tulsi's turn. It's all like, no, not someone who was a Democrat 5 fucking minutes ago, and they don't have anything based to say.
I could see Tulsi being vice president, but that's about it.
Yeah, but even then, it would not be for quite some time, because I highly doubt JD's going to hitch his wagon to that wagon.
Mm-hmm. It depends on the political landscape at that point. If Vance feels like he has an easy win, then he can just pick somebody he likes and trusts. If he thinks it's a dogfight, then he'll probably be obligated to pick Gabbard because he needs to try to win the woman vote.
Yeah, which is true, but at the same time, I'm envisioning 4 years from now, the hatred of Indians is going to be even stronger in this country than it is right now. And Vance is already Indian coded enough. He named his fucking child after Ramaswamy. So we're going to have Ramaswamy as co-chair of DOGE. Elon worshipping H-1Bs. Vance is married to an Indian, has named his kid after Ramaswamy. So having the vice presidential pick be yet another fucking Indian. Oh. Unless they rename it the Brown House, I just don't see that working out. Plus, you're right that he's going to need a more moderating pick, but...
You could pick Donald Trump to be his VP.
That would be hilarious.
I told you to buy the figure.
The only thing that the VP really needs to do is debate competently and say the right things. So honestly, if he's not up to anything else, I think the best pick for his VP would be Ted Cruz.
I'm hoping Ted Cruz is on the Supreme Court by the end of the next 4 years. Most other senators hate him, and he'd be great in that role because he's a fundamentalist.
Yes.
It sucks to lose him in the Senate, but Texas has become so red now, it's not like that seat is at risk.
Yeah. Just as long as it's not another woman. The Amy Coney Barrett pick is just so fucking bad.
What if it's Kari Lake? Could you fucking imagine?
God. That would be utterly hysterical. Oh, man.
If you want to piss the most people off possible, that's the pick.
Absolutely.
Either that or Matt Gaetz.
Yeah. Oh, man, I hope so. I'm still disappointed we didn't get Gaetz.
Yeah.
I really wanted the needful on that one. All right, we're down under 1,000 miles. Let's go.
Some of us are.
Fair enough. Well, I need to sleep again, apparently, so... Yeah. And by that, I mean inject coffee directly into the veins in my wiener. Oh, nice.
Yeah. No, Big Country, there are a lot of nerds out there right now that say that if the Star Wars prequels were good, we never would have gotten Donald Trump because it would have warned that generation that grew up with the prequels theoretically about the dangers of fascism. That's an actual talking point.
Wow, that's the kind of brain rot that you expect from people who are obsessed with Disney. Oh, man. See, it's funny because they say that, but then, I mean, I hate to do the Democrats are the real fascists, but I mean, genuinely, the way that they've treated Trump and what they've done to Trump over the last 10 years has been essentially the textbook definition of what an authoritarian government would do. So everything bad that they accuse Trump of doing and being is a million fucking % them. But, I know that they don't care, but that's the whole point, is I'm like, you don't care, you just want something that you can hang your hat on and bitch about Trump about.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, I don't give a shit, I wish to Christ that he was racist. I wish to Christ that he was a Nazi. If only. But you don't even care about those things that you accuse him of being. You just want him to go away because he wins.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't want him doing that anymore. Alrighty.
Have you played My Summer Car? No, I don't know what My Summer Car is, Metcalf.
Oh, I can explain it. He plays a teenager in Finland. And just like it says, you get a summer car. And it's an incredibly open world, free roam kind of game. that doesn't, what's even better is it really doesn't hold your hand either. You just like, hey, here's some things that you can do. But essentially, I think it's your uncle or maybe it's your dad. I don't know. But over the summer, you're staying at a lake cabin, and there's different things you can do to make money. And you have like a survival meter. You need to do things like de-stress yourself. You need to pee. You need to sleep and eat. So, there's a grocery store, there's an auto parts store, and what you do is you literally have to rebuild the car from like the absolute most bare bones scrap heap hunk of shit. You have to rebuild the car, which is very accurate to real life automotive repair. And once the car is working, you just drive it around and have fun. That being said, there is an end to the game. There is a missions. It's not like just eternal free play. But it's a highly ambitious game. I think the only reason it's not more popular is because it was as indie as they come in terms of people making it. So the game itself looks like something that would have come out in like 2003.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's a fun game. If you have the patience for playing it, I think you might enjoy it.
I usually do. When it comes to playing video games, I'm a big fan of the idea of trying to meet the game on its terms. If it's an old game, then you're playing an older game. If it's a slow game, you're playing a slow game. It's like you don't watch Citizen Kane and then complain that there's no action. That's fucking stupid.
Right. Similarly, you don't watch Judge Dredd and complain, and the Carl Urban one, not the Sylvester Stallone one, and complain that there's not a romance subplot.
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand. Why didn't Dredd want to bang Mama? God, that would have been a horrifying ending of the movie.
Whatever happened to Lena Headey? I haven't seen her in a while. It was good.
She may have like straight up retired from acting because she made a ton of money with Game of Thrones. She was in every single season.
Right.
She was also in fucking like every single episode, so made a ton of money off of that. She might have retired from acting or just taken a break from it.
Mm-hmm. I remember she was in that Terminator TV show they did, the Sarah Connor Chronicles, which was hilariously low budget but had its moments that I appreciated.
Yeah, I didn't watch that one. Rose I remember for obviously Cersei Lannister in Game of Thrones. Then
Queen Gorgo.
The Queen character in 300.
Yeah, Queen Gorgo. Right.
Yeah, Leonidas' wife. The villain Mama and Dredd. And I'm trying to think of anything else I remember her from. Really, I think that's it. In terms of what I remember her from, I know that she's done other stuff, but
I wonder if she, thinking about that, like, did she never do like a role where she was like some dumb contemporary woman in a rom-com or like every role she did is super serious and like stoic. Like, did she never do like the dumb sitcom role or the dumb rom-com role? Maybe not.
Well, she played the dumb modern woman in Game of Thrones. Mm-hmm. It was just played straight.
Ah, okay. I think that's a little different, though. Like, everything is played straight in something like Game of Thrones. There's, like, practically zero humor.
Yeah.
Like, you have that one part where fucking... there is about to be a battle and somebody turns to Tywin Lannister and is like, keep your head down. And, like, that's supposed to be funny, right? That's about as funny as Game of Thrones gets.
I remember when they turned to Tyrion during that battle and they said, "My lord, you must do the needful." It did not end well for anyone involved.
Mm-hmm. I know history has not looked very fondly on 300, but I still think that's pretty much a perfect movie for the kind of movie that it is. Like, I think for that kind of a movie, it accomplishes everything that it's trying to do.
Yeah. Bro, I'm like my brain is fried from Blazing Saddles because
Hmm.
her name is Lena Headey,
Oh, okay.
Headey.
Okay.
I legitimately thought her last name was Headley.
As in Hedley Lamar?
Exactly, because the famous name was Hedy Lamar, and he's like, no, Headley Lamar. So, I'm so fucking fried from Blazing Saddles that I thought her name was fucking Lena Headley. Oh my god. Okay, let me go to her filmography here. Man, she's been married 3 times and she has multiple children with multiple dads. It's disgusting.
Oh, we're in Utah.
Yeah, that's the Beehive State. So let me see here. Filmography. She's been in over 50 films. How about that? Ooh, she was in a movie called Whore. How about that? Oh, she was in The Purge, the first Purge movie, apparently.
Oh, yeah, with Ethan Hawke, I think. I never saw any Purge movie, but I do remember her being in that.
Yeah, same here. Um, in 2005, she was in a rom-com, as a matter of
Oh,
fact,
really?
called Imagine Me and You. Let's see here. Uh, it centers on the relationship between Rachel and Luce. Luce is Headley, who meet on Rachel's wedding day. Apparently, the movie was originally titled Click, and it came out a year before the Adam Sandler movie did. But when they heard that Adam Sandler was naming his film Click, and they knew that they wouldn't be able to get like a copyright or anything on that, they changed the name because they knew that their movie wasn't going to be as popular as his.
That's like one of the Adam Sandler movies that people have some modicum of respect for.
Apparently this rom com is that. Oh wow. Um, oh geez, it's a lesbian
Ah.
romance movie. Wow, I didn't see that coming. Yeah. It was apparently rated as really bad because it was banking heavily on, oh my god, look, 2 young blonde women who are in a lesbo movie together. And they thought that was just going to be a smash hit. But yeah, because it was in 2005. So back then, critics actually gave a shit about whether or not the movie sucked.
No, Metcalf, I'm in Utah right now. And I think I'm only in Utah for a few minutes, so we'll probably be out of there soon if I recall the path correctly.
Um, we're in Utah for a bit longer than the shortest time we were in the state we've already passed through it was Colorado. We were in there for like 40 miles.
Oh, okay. Utah is a very frustrating state. It is one of the most red states in the country, but because of the makeup of the demographics, they end up producing some of the worst Republicans in the country.
Yeah, yeah.
Fucking
And that's
John
because
Curtis. I guarantee you, John Curtis is going to be the worst Republican senator in the 119th. He's
More than
awful.
likely. Yeah, more than likely. I wouldn't be surprised. Here's a big one. I think I explained this to you before, is because three-letter agencies love recruiting Mormons.
Mm-hmm.
So think about the fact that, ever since Obama, three-letter agencies have been completely infiltrated and filled with communists. So those people, there was only 4 years of Trump to try to combat that, but there was so much obstructionism that hardly any of that got rooted out, if any. So they've had 12 of the last 16 years to fill the three-letter agencies up with as much shit as possible. So if you're just a highly agreeable person, like a Mormon typically is, and you're vaguely patriotic enough, like anyone who considers himself Republican would be, that you would be easily manipulated by, getting a job with a three-letter agency, and then your boss just tells you do this, do that, do these, do those. You would basically be the absolute prototype of the biggest cuck controlled opposition imaginable. So of course that's exactly who a state like that would end up electing. You get what you get, man. It sucks.
Like anybody with an R next to their name would win in Utah, but because it's Utah, the Republicans they produce are bad. And actually, I think the senator that retired before Romney took that seat was good. I can't remember his name off the top of my head, but he was like an old guy. He was good.
I want
Here,
to say Orrin Hatch.
yeah, that's right. That is correct. I just discovered a recruitment center.
Yeah, you need to discover those in order to be able to hire people for your company.
Very nice.
I googled who did Mitt Romney replace in the Utah Senate, and they're just talking about who replaced Romney, and I'm like, that's not even the question I asked.
Mm-hmm. I think Orrin Hatch is the right name, though.
Fine, I'll just click on fucking Mitt Romney's Wikipedia article, you pieces of shit. Yes, it was in fact Orrin Hatch. Orrin Hatch retired, and Romney announced he would run for the seat. He literally didn't even live in Utah, but he was like, I'm a Mormon, so... What a piece of shit.
Orrin Hatch might be dead now, actually. He was old.
Yes, he died 3 years ago, April 2022.
Whoa, 80 miles an hour speed limit. Let's go. Love it. Road safety is no accident.
Road accidents are no safety.
That is true too. Oh yeah, cruise control makes this game so much easier to play. Don't have to hold down my foot on the pedal for 3 hours.
Oh. I stopped at the way station. I'm just parked in the way station the whole time I was all dead. Traffic is so backed up outside of the way station. The fucking freeway has freeway is a parking lot in the right way. Oh man, that was funny. Oh shit, I'm at red sleepiness now.
Yeah, we're on completely different schedules. I'm not even halfway. Right, guy. I believe I'm still in Utah. Yeah, I must still be in Utah.
I'm in Utah also. 803 miles.
Okay, so yeah, we're gonna be in Utah for quite some time. Oh, freight train.
How close are you to the destination?
1,028.
Oh man, I was alt tab for that long, and
yeah,
you're still 200 miles behind me.
I know. I got tripped up at one of the way stations, and I haven't been able to recover. And also, I had to make.
That's fine. I'm not shitting on you or anything. I just didn't realize I was that far ahead of you.
I also had to make separate stops for the fucking gas and rest because I stopped at a rest station that had no gasoline.
Fair enough, bro. I'll stay right here and keep the simple things. I've got the simple things. I've got the rain and spring. Got spicy chicken wings. French fried onion rings.
And it is too bad because on a personal level, I don't have a problem with Mormons. I think they're actually generally very nice and agreeable and pleasant people. And what they believe is mostly harmless. It's just...
Yeah. I mean, you know, I feel the same way. I don't really have any kind of problem with them, but...
circumstance is what it is.
Yeah, you know.
We're headed to Salt Lake.
I still recognize... Yeah. I still recognize them as my enemy. I just don't have any, like, hard feelings towards them.
Mm-hmm. And I don't think the fact that they're the enemy has anything to do with their beliefs. Like the fact that they think that if you don't drink Coca-Cola in this world, you'll become a god in your next life. Or they believe in magic underpants or whatever. Like, that's not the problem, you know?
Yeah. Sort of like, I'm sure you've seen the comics that are like, you know, different disagreements that white Europeans have with each other.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like especially during the Troubles. You know, where the English guy, he's a Protestant.
Right.
He's talking to the Irishman and he goes, "You fucking Fenian." And the Irishman, he's all like, "You Prot son of a bitch." And then, you know, then it shows Somalian guy who looks like Megamind. And then they're like, maybe we're more similar than we previously believed. Yes. I'm inclined to agree. So it's like, look, you know, in a perfect world, I wouldn't like Mormons very much because I think that they have very strange, if not borderline heretical beliefs concerning Jesus Christ, but at least they still believe that Jesus Christ is the Son of God and they still worship Jesus Christ. It could be way, way worse.
Mm-hmm. A big country, we're going to Aberdeen.
Also, the whole soaking thing that people at BYU do to get around not having premarital sex is just fucking bonkers. Like, just go all the way. That is so insane.
Fucking Winnebago is killing me.
Real.
Fucking Mr. Crab.
I've got the summer breeze, 16 cans of peas, a 2-speed window fan when it's 93 degrees. So forgive me for not grabbing your brass ring. It's crystal clear, I'll stay right here and keep the simple things. You ever watch Hey Arnold?
Not really, no. I wasn't a Nickelodeon kid.
Well, they had one of the guys that lived in, because he lived with his grandparents, and his grandparents owned a very large boarding house.
Right.
So one of the guys who lived in the boarding house was a Vietnamese guy named Mr. Nguyen,
Mm-hmm.
spelled Hyunh. And the joke was that Mr. Nguyen spoke, with a stereotypical, ching chong, he probably wouldn't even be allowed on TV nowadays,
Right.
accent.
Mm-hmm.
But in one episode, it turns out that his hobby was to sing country music. So they actually had Randy Travis guest star in that episode to be the voice of Mr. Nguyen's singing voice. It's the
I
only.
didn't know that.
What's weird is that that's not the only time that Mr. Nguyen sings,
Yeah.
but it's the only time that he sings specifically in country style, and it's the only time that somebody else does his voice. So anyway, even though it's Randy Travis's voice, it's not like it never showed up on any of his albums, and it wasn't his typical style of music.
Mm-hmm.
The song that he did for Hey Arnold in that guest episode is still my favorite Randy Travis song.
What an interesting thing to be remembered for.
Because most of Randy Travis's songs are one of two kinds. Because he had like a born again experience midway through his career
Mm-hmm.
when he started doing a lot of gospel country.
Right.
Before then, he did a lot of songs about cheating on your wife. You'll never believe how his marriage went.
Well, in that case, I don't think the wife has anybody to get mad at.
Yeah. 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 Still, though, his most famous and most popular song is called "Forever and Ever Amen," which is actually about being faithful to your wife, which makes the entire rest of his career very ironic.
Mm-hmm.
There's one song he did called "On the Other Hand," uh, and what the title of the song means is literally "on his other hand," is where he keeps his wedding ring.
Mm-hmm.
So he's all like, the whole song is like, "Oh man, I sure do love cheating on my wife and having sex with this beautiful woman, but on the other hand, there's the golden band." And then I think of a woman who'd be like, literally goes, "There's a woman at home waiting who would not understand." Like, yeah, I fucking bet. Oh man.
Interesting.
Bypass way station. Have a safe journey.
Oh, I have 911 miles to go.
We get in trouble again.
Is there a mission where you deliver explosives to the World Trade Center on 9/10?
New York's not in the game yet, but when it is, I hope that they put the World Trade Center in there just for kicks. $681 miles. I don't even know what state I'm in.
Colorado, right?
Well, no. Colorado was before we get to Utah.
Oh, okay. Is it Wyoming then?
No, we go from Utah into Idaho, into Oregon, into Washington. So I think if I'm 660 miles from the destination, I think I'm in Idaho.
Mm-hmm.
You can send me all the riches in the world. You can light me with the palaces of kings. I'd give 'em back in a big old stack and keep the simple things. I've got the summer breeze. I've got the rain in spring. Got spicy chicken wings. French fried onion rings. You can line me up a mile of limousines. For me, it don't add up to a hill of beans. You're hankering for grabbing your brass ring. It's crystal clear, let's stay right here and keep the simple things.
Yeah.
We
Kind of makes me think of. Have you ever heard of the MTV Beatles cartoon they did back in the '60s?
No, I had no idea they did that.
It was a cartoon
I thought
series.
MTV was actual MTV until like the 90s, and I started doing Mike Judge stuff.
Yeah, well, basically, it was this TV show that ran. It was like a cartoon starring the four members of the Beatles. That they would just go on adventures and they'd sing a song at some point during every episode. And they had obvious voice actors doing the voices, and then during the song parts, they're playing the song, and it's like I remember showing that show to my friend, and he's like, "That's not right. They can't just play the fucking audio from the song when the rest of the episode's voice acted by clearly somebody else." Like he thought that was the funniest fucking thing ever. They sound nothing like the actual Beatles.
Oh, he would have loved that episode of Hey Arnold then.
Mm-hmm.
But what they should have done is like to make it even funnier, just have Randy Travis do the voice the entire episode, but he's also doing the Ting Chong accent before he starts singing. Oh man, that would have been funny.
Mm-hmm. It's a good thing the Beatles made some good songs to make up for all their bad ones.
Yeah, for real. Do you think Ringo's the best drummer in the world? Ringo's not even the best drummer in the Beatles. Funny stuff. Also, John Lennon was a huge piece of shit.
Oh, yeah.
I don't understand why boomers worship the guy just for one song.
I mean, they worship him for more than that, but the thing is, a lot of boomers agree with him.
Granted. Especially the part where it comes to thugging your wife. Also, I don't think people should be that upset about creating Hoppa children. Mm-hmm. If John Lennon's son is anything to go by. Mm-hmm. But the kid he had with Yoko looked so much more like him than Yoko. It's kind of unreal.
Right. There's actually a famous story where the night of the election in, I think it was 68, it was the one that Nixon won in a blowout. I think he beat McGovern. Yes. I think he beat McGovern, if I recall correctly.
Not in 68. That was not the one that was the blowout. The blowout was in 1972.
Against McGovern?
Yes, because that one was the... Actually, it might have been McGovern in 68, and then it was somebody else in 72. I'll Google it real quick. But 72 was the blowout because the blowout was Watergate. Mm-hmm. Because Nixon, talking to his boys, he's like, I want this to be the biggest ass kicking in history. And he did that on his own, but his friends were so worried about, oh no, what if the Democrats have something really good planned? So before the DNC, they broke into the Watergate Hotel to, see what their game plan was.
Mm-hmm.
So the crime that Nixon committed, if it can be said that he had committed a crime at all, was that after he found out that his friends had done this incredibly stupid thing, he said, okay, keep your mouths shut and I'll just cover this up. There's no reason why you guys should do hard time. But you did a really fucking stupid thing and I didn't need your help in the first place. So, for the love of God, just shut up and I'll make this go away. But yeah, let's see here. 1972 election. No, 72 was against McGovern.
Okay, it was 72, and I guess the story is that Lenin sits down on election night expecting McGovern to win. He was a big McGovern guy, of course, right?
Wow.
And
yeah,
he expects him to win, and his things very quickly turn against him. He's shocked and angry to the point where he actually goes out that night and rapes a random woman.
Wow.
And he just gets away with it because he's John Lennon, of course, but he was so angry, he just went out there and raped a random woman.
Unreal.
Now, the story was actually being told on, I think this was the Bill Simmons podcast. I was listening to it back like 13 years ago. And they were talking about this story, and they were telling the story in the context of, isn't it interesting to know that back then you had no real way of knowing how elections were going to turn out? Like, the fact that somebody as well connected as John Lennon actually thought McGovern had any chance at all tells you how low information people were back then.
Yeah.
They didn't have access to that stuff. They were just like, they looked at the two candidates and figured the one they liked best would win because, of course, people are going to pick him. That's all it was.
Yeah. And not only that, but again, since that was a Watergate election, we know enough from how people have been acting in current times to know that it was probably similar to this back then, that retarded dipshits who were, just complete tankies had deluded themselves into thinking that Nixon stood no chance. The moment they heard about Watergate, the outrage was, oh my God, he actually stole the election. Then, all that impotent rage kind of like snowballed out of that because they're all like, this bastard's keeping us in Vietnam. McGovern would have won if he didn't steal the election and taken us out of Vietnam, and then I wouldn't have to worry about running to Canada so that I don't get drafted.
Mm-hmm. All you have
to I'm looking at the results of the 19.
Go ahead.
The 1968 election.
Right.
And that one was famous because George Wallace split the ticket massively for the Democrats.
Yeah.
And if you just straight up added how George Wallace did straight up to Hubert Humphrey,
mm-hmm.
then Nixon loses the popular vote by over 10 million votes, but he still wins the Electoral College.
Wow, that would have pissed people off.
Big time. Because Nixon, with Wallace splitting the ticket as much as he did, Nixon won the popular vote. He had a lead over Humphrey by about 400,000 votes. But his electoral vote lead was so massive that even if you take George Wallace's 46 that he got, would add to Hubert Humphrey's 191 and be 237.
Mm-hmm.
Still loses because Nixon had 301 electoral votes.
Wasn't there like an actual fist fight at the DNC?
May have been.
No, it's not hankies, Metcalf. It's tankies. Not hankies. A tanky is a communist.
Yes. Yes, a tanky, the term comes from back when the USSR was a thing. people who supported the communist regimes would actually be celebrating when the tanks were sent in to quell protesters.
Mm-hmm.
So they got the pejorative term tankies because of the fact that they would celebrate when innocent people who were protesting government abuses were murdered by the government.
Right.
Because let me tell you something, when the tanks were sent into Hungary, they weren't there so that the leader of Hungary could have that kind of bombastic speech that he gives in front of the darkened White House with the red lights that Biden had. Yeah, they were sent in to shoot people, and they did.
Mm-hmm. Oh, we are in Idaho, it looks like now. Yeah, I'm definitely close to having to make a pit stop. They're anti-establishment shills at the end of the day. Like the Democratic Socialist who supports Bernie, but when the time comes for them to roll over, they will cape up for Hillary. Because that's just what you do. If they added the ability to like get food in a hunger bar in this game, what do you think they'd do for fast food places because they can't use McDonald's and Wendy's and Subway and stuff?
Probably something generic, like
Hamburger place, sandwich
yeah,
place.
Burger Palace, Pizza Planet. Oh no, Disney. Um,
I like what Sailor Moon did when they did the English dub. They had a restaurant called Rick Donald's. It was McDonald's with an R instead of an M. That's all they changed.
oh, what about McStorious?
Did I ever link you that short of that woman cosplaying as Masato taking the kid cosplaying as Shinji to McDonald's?
No, I've never seen that.
Ugh.
What the fuck? I don't even know what I hit.
All right. Next pit stop is being taken by yours truly, and that should get us all the way to Aberdeen.
Now that MK Ultra's been declassified and confirmed as a real thing, Sirhan, who got fucking paroled, has been trying to tell people that he was MK Ultra'd in a shooting RFK.
I mean, I guess that's possible. It can't be
Wow.
ruled out.
Oh man, that is.
There's an icon on my screen that says 51, and I was thinking, wait a minute, does this game have Area 51 in it?
Oh man. Everybody Naruto running into the Epstein Island Palace. $395 miles. Let's go.
Okay.
Shit.
I'm getting gas and resting. Burger.
Yeah, here we go. This is what I was looking for and why it crashed so many times. When the 1968 Democratic National Convention opened in Chicago, thousands of young activists from around the nation gathered in the city to protest the Vietnam War. On the evening of August 28th, in a clash which was covered on live television, Americans were shocked to see Chicago police brutally beating anti-war protesters in the streets of Chicago in front of the Conrad Hilton Hotel. Oh, that's really funny. The tear gas wafted into numerous hotel suites, and one of them, Vice President Humphrey, was watching the proceedings on television. They even gassed the vice president. It's pretty damn funny. Okay, with 359 miles remaining, and I'm seeing like a lot of trees, and the areas are very green. I'm assuming I'm in Oregon now. Yeah, I just saw a sign that says Portland, 200 miles away. So yeah, I'm in Oregon.
Is it possible to chirp a gear going into reverse, I wonder?
You're gonna end up initial D'ing that fucking semi, aren't you?
Maybe. Can never be ruled out.
The first man to figure out how to drift with a trailer. Oh no, I've got a way station.
Oh, an opportunity for
And
me to catch up.
I had 72,000 when I started this job. I'm down to 69,400. I got 338 miles remaining. How far are you?
I have 722. I just rested and gassed up though, so I'm not going to be stopping again unless there's a way station.
Yeah.
But
Well, I think it'd be funny to block traffic again for a while.
So you're way ahead of me. We're good. I mean, right guy, there's probably a mod that allows you to take drugs so you don't have to rest, but I don't have it.
Oh man, this is really funny. The anti-war and police riot divided the Democratic Party's base. Some supported the protesters and felt that the police were being heavy-handed, but others disapproved of the violence and supported the police. Meanwhile, the convention itself was marred by the strong-arm tactics of Chicago's Mayor Richard Daley, who was seen on television angrily cussing Senator Abraham Ribicoff from Connecticut, who made a speech at the convention denouncing the excesses of the Chicago police. Yeah, imagine like your city's hosting the convention, and then you get a bunch of protesters, and you tell the police, get those protesters out of here, pump some skulls. And then you get some cocksucker from fucking like the other side of the country starts saying, "Oh, you're a bad mayor. How could you do this kind of shit?" It's all like, bro, fuck you. This is my city. Man, I'd be pissed.
I just got into a pretty big crash here. I was stretching my leg out. Okay, I've done some non-trivial damage to this truck now, so Try to be careful for the rest of the way here.
Publicity from the riots crippled Humphrey's campaign from the start, and it never recovered. Before 1968, the city of Chicago had been a frequent host for the political conventions of both parties. Since 1968, only two national conventions have been held there: the Democratic Convention of 1996 and the Convention of 2024. And we know how that one went. Fucker. That's some funny shit right there, bro. Got spicy chicken wings and French fried onion rings. Damn. I haven't inhibited any traffic at all. What do you know?
Sun's gonna go down soon. That'll be nice.
Are you in Oregon yet, or are you still in Idaho?
I think I'm still in Idaho.
Idaho's more brown. Just like a light brown compared to the darker brown of Utah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm in Idaho.
Yeah, you'll know you're in Oregon immediately because it's like super green. Also, it's like constantly raining.
All I want to do is have some fun before I die.
Oh wow, my first hairpin mountain turn. Ooh, a runaway truck ramp. Ooh, farms.
Now I am going to fuck your ass. Why did you do that?
Do not redeem. Please, sir, no, do not redeem James Bond film Tomorrow Never Dies. Apparently, Oregon is the beaver state. Did you know that, right, guy? California changed their identity some years ago. They switched from the Sunshine State to the HIV state.
Interesting trade-off.
Yes.
I am not a homosexual. Applause. A man walks into a bar and orders a drink. The bartender goes up to him and says, "Hey, looks like you've had a long day." And the man says, I just found out that my brother is gay. 5-second awkward silence.
That was amazing.
It was so close.
Exactly. And then that shit got it banned before it could truly learn and master comedy.
Mm-hmm.
We were right there, man. Oh, man. I saw that Twitter account this day in 2000.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like senatorial candidate Hillary Rodham Clinton running for New York Senate office says that she does not support gay marriage.
Right.
I was like, bro, that was only 25 fucking years ago, man.
Obama didn't support it until, like, what, fucking 14 years ago?
Yeah.
I still remember the tale. Excuse me. The tale of Brandon Ike.
Bless you.
The tale of Brandon Ike. Really tragic
Was
stuff.
that the name of Patient Zero who...
No. That was the CEO of Mozilla in the mid-10s. I guess they found out that he had donated to, like, sanctity of marriage, political fund, political, what should I say? What's the right word I'm looking for here? Hacks. They asked him about, and, they were like, why'd you do this? And he's like, it's what I believe. And then he got fired. Even though, like, literally 2 years before he made those donations, Barack Obama and Hillary Clinton both supported sanctity of marriage as well.
Yeah.
It's not right.
In fact, Barack Obama running in 2008 is the reason why Prop 8, which legally defined marriages between a man and a woman in the state of California, passed in the first place. Because all those black people showing up to vote for Obama overwhelmingly supported banning gay marriage. And that blacks did anything good, so it was something like that Shane Gillis was referencing when he said, "Remember when they worked?" Jesus.
We all know that you can't read. Damn, Biden, what the fuck? I know, I can't believe the sun's not down yet. It must be summertime, man. Nice lyric.
Sun goes down really fast, though. Like, you sit there and you're like, I don't understand why it's still up. And then, like, a half hour later, it's already dark.
Nice lyrics, right? If her daddy's rich, take her out for a meal. If her daddy's poor, just do what you feel. Nice lyrics.
Jesus.
I just discovered Boise.
Yeah, sun's already setting. It's been 15 in-game minutes. Wow. I'm on an overpass, and I just got fined for speeding by a cop that was underneath the overpass.
That is a very skilled cop.
Yeah, I'm like, he never would have caught. What the fuck? Wild.
What?
But
I just got a ticket for a headlight usage offense. I didn't even know the thing was on.
oh no, it's because it's not on, and they're saying it's dark enough now. You got to turn it on.
That's stupid. I can't even see the frickin' headlight.
Yeah, no, I agree with you.
All right, I'm about to say something that sounds like a meme Metcalf, but it's not. It's true. I'm delivering toilet paper.
The only way it would be like, I can't believe that this is actually happening, would be if the destination was San Francisco.
I am Cornholio. I need TP for my bunghole.
Exactly. All right, finally under 200 miles. That means we'll be in Washington State soon.
Oh shit. My vehicle just malfunctioned.
Oh crap.
I didn't know I had done that much damage to it.
Sometimes it just happens even if it's not that damaged. But if you have your keyboard, you can press F7 to check the health of your truck. What's the percentage at?
F7, 21% on the cab.
Oh wow. Yeah, that is a decent amount of damage that you've done to it to cause malfunction. You should still be able to finish the drive out unless your truck is just straight up stopped.
Mm-hmm.
If that's the case, then hitting F7 is important because that's how you access emergency services to be able to have your truck towed. And
All right. I think what happened was my cruise control disengaged for a second, but I was able to restart it and it's totally fine. So I think we're good. But I don't think I'm getting a bonus for this fucking job.
nah, you'd be surprised, man. Okay, I just hit Portland.
All right. Looks like I just got into Oregon.
Portland's where Rye Guy lives, right? Like I could look on the side of the road and see him panhandling. Bro, it is 9 p.m. and the sun is still setting. Like,
He says he does not live in the city,
fair enough.
so the surrounding exurbs or something, I guess.
Rye Guy, did you know that Oregon's the beaver state? Seattle, next exit.
He says he knew.
Okay. I'm actually going to run a cop off the road just to see what happens. Based.
Oh, you know what? I think the cruise control on this car is busted because of all the damage I did to it. Oh shit, I might be like, my acceleration is not very good right now. I'm struggling to get above 65. Okay, here we go. Now we're starting to accelerate decently here. Ooh, the cop didn't give me a ticket even though I was going like 3 over.
Yeah. So I rammed the cop off the road and nothing really happened. I just got a crash fine.
That's pretty good. So what are your plans tomorrow?
Long dash.
What time do you think you're going to start it?
11.
Alright. So you will be gone by the time I get home.
Yeah. I'll see what happens, because, like, I remember, the last time I was, doing as well, because you remember, too. Okay, I'm officially in Washington State now. I just passed Vancouver. I didn't know there was a Vancouver, Washington, in addition to Vancouver,
I used to know
Canada.
somebody who lived
But
in Vancouver, Washington. Apparently you could walk to Oregon from there.
Well, yeah, it's like right on the border. But anyway, yeah, the last time I was dashing this much, what I would do is I would not work until Friday, Saturday, Sunday, because those were the busiest days, and then I would just balls to the wall, $150 on those days.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, well, I just want to see how well this goes.
Mm-hmm.
Because oh wow, I just heard my guy yawn for the first time. Today, I got started kind of late, but at the same time, today was really bad. There wasn't a whole hell of a lot going on,
Mm-hmm.
but I did all right for myself still. But it was definitely the most amount of time between me just wandering around aimlessly and me actually having orders. So I'm like, I don't know, because if I started out and the morning is just god awful, and there was no point to not doing it in the evening, then I'm like, okay, so I'll just do evenings, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then Friday, Saturday, Sunday. That's your big day.
All right.
Yeah, tomorrow's an experiment.
All right. Well, you know where I'll be.
Is that you rattling around something, or is that coming from the game?
I'm trying to get my steering wheel to stay put.
All right. I was worried because I didn't know if it was coming from the game, if my truck was seriously fucked up or not. Hey, less than 100 miles now. 90 in-game minutes away. I'm super speeding. I don't even care. Looking 30 over.
Yeah, Metcalf. You can't see it because the camera's not low enough, but yeah, I'm using a wheel. And pedals, actually. And you really can't see those because those are below the desk. Only thing I don't have is the gear stick, and that would make this game more complicated than I want it to be. I don't know how to drive a stick.
One of the stream tags you should use For when we're playing this, it's grippers.
Oh crap, I gotta do a way station. They're gonna see how damaged this fucking thing is. I'm gonna get in trouble. Dick is easy as hell? Well, I'll have to take your word for it, Metcalf. Oh my god, there's a massive line at the truck station. This is gonna take forever.
Yeah, I'm sure it's simple enough to learn. Like the hardest part of driving stick would be learning it, but once you learn it, you'll be fine. Because for so much of cars being around, that was the only kind of transmission available, and all kinds of idiots figured out how to do it. So.
Oh, I got my damaged vehicle violation.
Nice. I just got my ran a red light violation.
Your vehicle is not in technical state required by law. You have to fix it. It's not my truck, bitch. I don't give a shit. This is my employer's problem.
Exactly. Oh no, my guy's at red sleepiness, and I still have 38 miles to go. Can I make it?
This is why you always keep a shot of adrenaline in the glove compartment.
Exactly. He injects it directly into the veins of his wiener. Just running every red light. I don't even care. Well, I can't run that red light. There's a fucking train in my way. Oh, man.
How old were you when you realized you were only supposed to use one foot for the pedals and weren't supposed to just use your left foot for the brake and right foot for the acceleration?
I think I was like 12, and my dad let me sit in the driver's seat. Well, like the car wasn't on, and he saw that I was doing that, and he was like, no, you use the same foot for both pedals. I was like, oh, okay.
I mean, does seem like common sense, doesn't it?
Unless you're Walter Jr.
Right. For the love of fucking God, Dad, it's a goddamn fucking miracle I can even drive at all.
Why did he pick Flynn? That is like, if you want to go by a different name, why would you pick something so gay?
Well, they were theorizing it was because of Errol Flynn.
Yeah, there's a Home Depot generic ripoff here. They use the exact same font as Home Depot, and they use the white and orange coloring scheme. You could tell it's obviously a Home Depot reference, but they call it the Home Store.
All you have to do is change the E to an O. With graffiti.
Yes.
Yeah, West Pendleton is the exit that's coming up here in 3/4 of a mile. Kennewick. Portland coming up in a couple hundred.
Okay. Less than 10 miles. Let's go. I'm on red gas now.
Nothing left except what's in the fuel line.
Exactly.
I've had that happen to me before.
Wow, it is raining super hard here. Well, apparently you can turn on red even if you're going left. That's funny.
The more you know.
Oh god, not another train. Oh.
Grand Central Station over here, motherfucker.
Exactly. See, if I was driving a sleeper, I'd be able to just shut my engine off right here at the train crossing, impede traffic, and go to sleep.
Mm-hmm. You know, it's kind of weird that we have a mission this long, but we didn't get a sleeper cab.
Oh, I looked online. Apparently, they have not added the ability to actually just park anywhere you want and sleep in the sleeper cab yet. However, having the sleeper is nice because it has a. I got the avoid sleeping offense. That's pretty funny. Sleeper cabs have larger fuel tanks, and it increases job payment because it makes your car truck thing more prestigious. So because you've invested more into your truck, you get a larger payout in jobs.
Metcalf, we're coming up on about 3 hours here. A little less than 3 hours. I haven't driven literally the whole time, but a vast majority of the time. Oh, we have ourselves.
Okay, last red light I need to run. Let's go. I lost $7,000 on this job. Gonna lose even more because I couldn't stop because the rain made the road too slick.
Oh yeah, we got rain. Now I just gotten a little dust up yet again. Come on, car. Hold together. I know it's asking a lot. Only another 200 miles, though. And then you can rest.
Yeah, fuck it. I'm not manually parking. I'm just gonna instantly shut it down.
Yep, I ended up 200 miles behind you, almost exactly.
Sorry, I'm in a hurry now. Yep. Alright, I still made a shitload of money. 44,000, I leveled up 3 times. Wee. Keep in mind, though, that because one of the good things about this skill is that in addition to unlocking longer distances you can go, you also get an extra payout bonus for driving that out. So I lost $10,000 in repairs, but I still had the base payout that we needed because I got the long distance delivery bonus was enough to cover that. So easy peasy. From Houston to Aberdeen, that's a hell of a drive.
God, this rain is killing my ability to turn. Somehow I avoided doing any damage, but it's not what we want.
Now, after you get the long distance thing is done, so that you can drive anywhere, I personally am just going to unlock all the hazardous cargoes.
Okay. I guess
I
I'll
think
do
that's
what you
cool.
do, so that way we can unlock the same missions.
You know, you're right. I don't know if you didn't have the hazardous cargo stuff that I unlocked, if you would have the same thing.
I would assume I couldn't do it.
I have no idea.
Oh, cool. We can bypass the wait station. Very nice.
All right. Well, while I wait for you to finish, I'm taking a break.
All right. See ya in a bit. Marine Drive, 257th Avenue. Coming up. Portland. Thank God there was nobody there. But if there was someone there, I would have killed him without a second thought. It was a self-defense situation.
You're driving a fully loaded semi-trailer. He's an Indian man jaywalking. It's a self-defense situation. Sir, please do not redeem accelerator.
I'm not going to feel good about the destruction and death that I've caused, but I am going to be happy that I defended my own life.
Pissed.
Yeah, I think we're getting off on the Vancouver exit. Is Indian hate at an all-time high? Definitely. But January 6th was a national tragedy. Grand Boulevard, Southeast Columbia Way. Oh, I found exit 1. I'm at the nexus of the universe. Elaine Bennett? It's Benez, you jackass.
I heard a rumor that the Falcons were considering making a huge trade to trade up in the draft. They really wanted to draft Cam Ward to prepare for the post-Penix era.
That would just be another N-word they need to get on the field, though. They got enough of those.
Exactly. And that's not a joke about Penix being bad. It's a joke about, holy crap, what are the Falcons even fucking doing?
They're probably going to cut
Why do you pay
Kirk?
Yeah, like, why are you paying Kirk that much money and then draft Penix? Like, you either believe in him or you don't.
I'm coming to fuck you in the butt. I am almost full on sleepy meter. This is going to be tight. So, is this literally the longest job we can do at the moment, given the game map?
That was the longest job that was available. Depending on where you go in the route itself, the drive could be longer.
Well, yeah, any map, any route could take 1 billion hours if you really wanted to.
But in terms of just coverage, this was very nearly probably the longest you could go, because it was from Houston, Texas to Aberdeen, Washington. So something longer would be like more northern Washington, and then like probably straight down the 5 all the way until the 5 ends up letting you turn into the 10 in California, and then just take that east until you get to Texas, and then go from Texas into Arkansas, and that would be the longest. That'd be pretty neat though, because there's like large parts of the 5 in California where you drive down the 5 and you're just like, you have the beach to your side.
Yeah. Oh, shit. God damn it. I'm not making this easier on myself. So each minute in this game was like 5 seconds, as near as I can tell. How big is the stand map? It goes all the way from Texas to Aberdeen. They haven't done the whole country
If you just
yet.
mean, yeah. If you just mean like the whole map that's in the game, give me a second here.
Oh, I just yawned. And I still got 19, 18 miles left to go. I'm pushing it.
So in the game so far is California, Oregon, Washington, Idaho, Nevada, Utah, Arizona, Montana, Wyoming, Colorado, New Mexico, Nebraska, Kansas, Oklahoma, Texas, and Arkansas. Hoping to release by the end of this year includes, let's see here, Missouri and Louisiana are currently being worked on, and once those states are in, they will do Illinois. So the hope is by the end of this year they will have Iowa, Missouri, and Louisiana in the game, and then early next year the first release will be Illinois.
You know, I always thought the sign in front of Aberdeen said, "Welcome to Aberdeen, come as you are," because of Kurt Cobain. Not what that said.
So it'll be neat to have Chicago in the game. But
yeah, as long as people don't mind getting
the
their trucks
direction
back
in
with
which
bullet holes.
Exactly. But the direction in which they're expanding, it's just like, man, they really bugs the crap out of me in terms of, just like looking at the map, the way that they're doing it.
I am now red on the tired meter, and I have 1 mile left.
Nice. When asked if there will be groups of states at some point, developer replied that there will be packs of states when we reach states that are too small to be released as a single DLC. Because, like, Texas was a single DLC, and it's massive, obviously. But when they get to New England, they're not going to have, like, Rhode Island as its own DLC. That would just be an insult. Honestly, they would probably do, like, New England as an entire DLC.
Mm-hmm.
New England, not including New York. New York would obviously be its own DLC, but then they just do like the rest of New England.
Mm-hmm. I haven't seen my guy blink yet. He's just yawning.
Yeah.
How did I damage the trailer? I didn't do anything.
I didn't even know that. The Steelers getting their asses kicked against the Ravens this year.
Mm-hmm.
The Steelers have now trailed by double digits at halftime in 5 consecutive playoff games.
Yeah, that's the stat that's been making the rounds. They're always getting crushed at halftime. I think the Cleveland game, they were down 28-0 at one point.
Based.
And that's Cleveland,
The last time they beat an Ohio team in the playoffs was actually the game where Antonio Brown got his brains beaten in.
Mm-hmm.
That's hilarious, because that was like 10 years ago almost.
I did find a parking place to rest. It's called the Destination, stupid.
That actually was 9 fucking years ago. Oh man, that's even funnier. The last time they beat an Ohio team in the playoffs was that game, and then that game the Steelers won because of the dirty hit.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, that game was over, and then some very weird, fluky stuff happened.
Yeah.
Come on, straighten out.
God, there was no reason to do that either. What a complete piece of shit. Rewatching that sequence.
That was the ever elusive Marvin Lewis playoff victory.
Yeah, that was an insanely late hit. And it was helmet to helmet. What a piece of shit.
Pac-Man Jones accused him of faking the injury. They milked the flag.
What a piece of shit.
All right, we did it, people. Oh my god, my butt is killing me. Oh, okay, we're up to level 9 now. It doesn't say how much money I got penalized for fucking up so much, so...
Well, just remember the base payout of the job was about 44,000.
Okay, then I did lose quite a bit, but not enough that I care. So you're doing hazardous cargo, right?
Yes, I started off with the class 3 one, which is what gets you gasoline, and then after that I'm just going to go left to right. So
right.
I did class 3 and class 1.
Okay, that's what I got.
But I did class 3 first.
Whew, okay. Well, that's obviously going to do it for me tonight. I'm not going to be able to do more. So
Yes.
let's go ahead and close out the convoy. Oh, now we know how long it takes to do that. That took about 3 hours of actual driving. That was about a 3-hour tour. If I didn't miss my exit, maybe you get that down to like 2:45. Okay. See you guys tomorrow.